Alright guys, it's been about 10 months since I've made a deck list. Right here. And, yeah, this is a deck I actually just won locals with, and a friend wants to see a deck list of it. I don't know how I won with this deck. Sure luck, must be, but I mean, hey, this is actually a pretty good deck if you draw all your skill drains, and that's basically all it revolves around. So, let's get started, and I'll show you what each one does and explain why I'm running them. Alright, we're starting off. Oh, that focus is terrible. Starting off with. Can I focus on it? There we go. With Photon Thrashers. You're running 3 of them. Basically, what its effect says is this card cannot be normal summoned. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand while you control no monsters. So basically, it's like a Cyber Dragon. And if you control another monster, this card cannot attack. So its effect sucks unless you have skill drain. Now, let's go over to these. 3 Photon Saber Tigers. This is really good first turn if you also draw a skill drain. So what you do is you summon Photon Saber Tiger, get the effect to add another one to your hand. Then you activate skill drain on your opponent's turn when they declare an attack on this 1200 weak thing, and they attack into a 2000 hitter. For 3 stars, it's pretty good too, and if I wanted to spend the money, I'd definitely be running Zenmanes right here, but it's a pretty good card. Third is Photon Lizard. You contribute this card to add 1 level 4 lower Photon monster from your deck to your hand. The effect of Photon Lizard can only be used once per turn. That's the only downside to it, or you can just be spamming this thing all day. But, I mean, it gets around Skill Drain, it gets around D-Fisher, it gets around everything, which is pretty good. And, yeah, there's that. Now I run 2 Photon Crushers. Only 2, basically because I'm also running an engine that most Photon players don't run. I'm using the heroes that you see right here. I'm playing 3 Alias and 1 Stratos, and I'll explain why I'm running those here in a minute. I'm playing double Cyber Dragon just basically because it is. I'm playing all lights, and a Cyber Dragon with an Honest, I heard is pretty good. I don't know. That's just what I'm hearing, but we'll see. Alright, now the reason I actually made this deck is right here. I run 3 Photon Tridents. See that right there. 3 Photon Trident. This effect says it's a quick play, so you can activate it all fast and during the damage step and things like that. It says target 1 face-up Photon monster you control. Until the end phase, it gains 700 attack, and if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, it doesn't have to destroy the monster by battle like Horn. Destroy 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls. I don't know. I heard monsters with MST abilities are pretty good too, but you know, that's just what I'm hearing. So there, I run those. This is the main reason I'm running, and it makes these little lizards here, you know, 1600, which is pretty good, and attacking over defense position monsters, it helps out a lot. Then I run the double duality. I probably should have ran 3, but I don't know. I'm already running 42 cards, so I didn't really want to fit in another one in there. The Rhoda, of course, Monster Reborn. These are staples here. This is why I'm running the heroes right here. The Gemini Sparks. Gemini Sparks is really good in this deck. It flows really well. The Miracle Fusion, the same thing. If you have an Alias or a Stratos in any one of the other monsters in the entire deck, you have a Shining right there. Guaranteed. Which is pretty good. And the same thing with the Super Bullies. That's one of the main reasons, because I hate Zenmanes, and it's a bitch to get over with this deck. So basically what you do is you go Alias, Summon Fine, yeah, Super Bully, boom. Nova Master, what do you get? Boom. Yeah, so it's pretty good. Then I run the main part of the deck of the triple skill drains. Screw Injectors and Screw Windups. Right there. Then you gotta play the Solemn Brigade in this deck. Solemn Judgment, I mean, yeah, it's iffy, and I'm running, I'll show you 2 other cards that you don't really need to run it for, but this isn't strictly to negate the Heavy Storm or the Massive Destruction. It helps you win a few games, like if they activate Dark Bribe when you attack with Photon Trident, and like you're just like, oh shit, now I lose. Wait, no I don't. Boom. And then I run 1 Bottomless and 1 Compulse. I play 1-on-1, and I was at first siding the other one of each, but then I just got bored with doing that, so I decided not to. I'm playing 1 Torrential. I could fit 2 in here, but I like this card down here way too much. I'm playing 1 Starlight Road and 1 Huge Revolution is over. The reason I'm playing the Huge Revolution is over is because I activated Starlight Road to 1 Heavy Storm, and then they're like Royal Decree, and I was like, I hate you. So they can't do that with this card because it's a counter trap. So there's that. Side deck, double Dust Tornado. This is really a budget side deck. I didn't have all the cards I wanted, but Dust Tornadoes, it helps out occasionally. I mean, there's no real need for that card, but Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, because half the people in my locals are running Dark Worlds or Inzectors. Goes in match, because the other half are running Wind-Ups. These three are basically for the one Lightstorm player, and then the rest of the Inzectors, because I really don't like Inzectors. Snowman Eaters, because there's a few hero beats out there. The King Tiger Wangoos, I know I'm running a skill drain deck, and same with Snowman Eaters, so it doesn't really help, but if you're smart, you can play around it pretty easily. And Inzectors really can't do anything to that, other than Centipede, and if you can handle the Centipede, then you win. And then Baby Catasters, because I've always been afraid of the Christia, even though I don't really special summon that much in this deck, Christia still can hurt. Alright, then the extra. Now you're going to run the what number are you? Number 17, the Acid Golem. Acid Golem's broken. I don't care what you say, especially with Skill Drain. It's like, oh, I'm going to summon 2 level 3s, 3,000. Boom. Photon, I'm testing this out on DN. I'm not really liking it, but, you know, it's a Photon, and I like Photons. The Blade Armor Ninja, just because you can actually do some pretty crazy OTKs with this deck. Believe it or not, I don't care. It actually works with him. Utopia and the Chaos Utopia, I mean, they both speak for themselves. The Gym Knight, just because I run a lot of level 4s and it helps. And then you have all the heroes, and I know this one's not out yet, Escuerdo, or my friend calls it Burrito, but we'll see. I know it's not out yet, but I would run it if I still running this deck. The Tornado, the Nova Master, the Shining, Chimera Tech, just because you're running the Cyber Dragons, and you know, you always have that fear of Karakuris, even though they're not as big anymore. It's like, or in gadgets, it's your out to those, and that's why I made the Cyber Dragons mostly, is because I don't like facing Karakuris. And then last but not least, that's Stardust Dragon, and Stardust is just because of the Starlight Road. Hold on 1 second. There you go. Alright guys, and I do actually have this deck in real life. I'm just way too lazy to go to my car and get it, and this is it. Thank you very much. Please let me know what you guys think, and I will have my new Inzector build that I actually just came up with, and no one else should be running because it is completely original, coming up here in the next day or so. So, we'll see how that goes. Thank you guys very much.